I'm joining Sebastian Behrman on 5th position on the grid then. Sebastian, are you looking forward to this race?
Yes.
And what are you trying to achieve?
To win.
Short answers then. He's got one goal to win. We'll head up then to the comms box as these drivers are about to head off.
Thank you very much, Nicole. Indeed, time for the MicroMax UK final race number 22 of our weekend here for Event 5 of the Wera Tools British Kart Championships at Warden Law, Karting North East, just outside of Sunderland. Keep your comments coming in. We're keeping an eye on them here in the box, myself and Henry. Yeah, great to see the support for the Minimaxes earlier on. Let's see, can MicroMax steal the show here at Warden Law? Their final is next. Time to go then for MicroMax UK, their third final of the year, and it will start with Arthur Farrow on the front row for DHR. Maximilian Abrahart joins on the front row of the grid. Dian Pahal starts from row 2, is joined by Austin Oman, the winner last time out in Lark Hall. Sebastian Behrman and James Roots go from row number 3, and then Max Jolly and Charlie Page, they start on row 4.
Row number 5, Alfie Mir for the Zip Factory team, and Luke Millward, erstwhile championship leader. Joshua Cook, the British Open champion, and Harry Radcliffe are on row 6. Josh Hushka and Harris Barber on row 7. Chloe McGill and Maria Roberto share row number 8.
Albert Farrow and George Climo start on row 9. Benedictas Masiokas and Logan Rolfe start on the 10th row of the grid, but there's problems for the number 17, which we'll come to in a moment. Alfie Garrett and Lucian Smith start on row 11. Buddy Hugo will not start on the 12th row of the grid. Sebastian Crawford alongside on that one. George Swire, winner of the Wera Tools Driver of the Day, starts from Lark Hall, starts on the 13th row of the grid alongside Ansel Murray. Are we good for a start this time around? No.
And that could be significant because there are spots of rain now around. There are more and more spots of rain, and it is coming from the Gasworks hairpin side of the circuit. So whilst turns 1, Brian's Bend, the Dogleg and St John's might still be dry, this part of the circuit is still dry. It is getting wetter. It was forecast for about 1 o'clock. It was a bit late arriving. It has arrived. And on this circuit, and of course, the rental karts here, this circuit is busy as anything with rental kart racing. You know, you can see how slick, that's rental kart rubber. And coming into Gasworks hairpin in particular, the track is very, very slick indeed. I mean, we had some, even Callum Bradshaw caught out with some aquaplaning yesterday into that corner, so it can catch out the very best of them, and they're on slick tyres.
And just to add a little bit more drama, there's 1 point between the championship leaders going into this one. Big thanks to Ian Rogers and the timekeepers for getting that information to us. Austin Oman is your championship leader heading into this on 467. Luke Millward 1 point back. Cook a further 5. Let's see how we do here in MicroMax UK. 15 minutes underway. Great start for Abrahart. Immediately takes the lead. There's a lot of understeering through the first couple of corners. 3, maybe 4 wide into Brian's Bend. Not a good start for Austin Oman as well. Has been shuffled down to around 5th place. Are they all going to make it through the dogleg and towards St John's? Just about, but I think your race leader is Sebastian Behrman.
Yes, so the Behrman family doing very well this weekend. And now we've got a new leader, we've got a new first and second. That is Dian Pahal and his teammate for the Richardson's Chassis Engineering team, Maximilian Eberhardt in the number 61 kart. Pahal has the advantage. Here comes Behrman up at Gasworks. This is where it's raining. You can see the 38 of Millward, who runs a little bit wide. And Charlie Page has made a great start for the Synergy Factory team. He is up into P3. What a start for Page. Oh, and there is the 44 of Lucian Smith slowing down.
So, end of lap 1, Pahal from Behrman, from Charlie Page. Page on the inside there for a moment, going for second place, but out of the race is the number 19 of Sebastian Crawford on his first appearance this year in the Wera Tools British Kart Championships. The Hunter Motorsport pilot is out on lap number 1. I think Buddy Hugo Well, we saw Buddy Hugo in trouble on the formation lap, has also not made it round, so we're down to 24 runners here. 13.5 minutes remaining. There's the number 24 of Arthur Farrow trying to fight his way through after that compromised start, but it's Dean Pahal at the front of the order. Could it be a first final victory for Pahal? Plus 5 second penalty for one of the big hitters in this race, Henry. It's Maximilian Eberhardt.
Yes, indeed, the number 61 RCE driver currently fourth on the road. As we look at Max Jolly and the number 14 Hunter Motorsport Kart trying to work with, I believe that would have been the Sam Pollitt, number 55 of Josh Hushka down the main straight. So, spots in the air. Oh, and that is Alfie Garrett is off and out of the race. The rain is intensifying up at Gasworks. New race leader. It's the 15-zip factory kart of Alfie Mayer.
And Alfie Mayer, who continues to grow from strength to strength this season, could just be the kind of driver to master these conditions. Down the inside for third place, Austin Oman tries to get past Eberhardt, and I think just about does so. So good move there from Austin Oman, trying to extend his championship lead. This will be a good result for him right now, because the likes of Luke Millward and Josh Cook are further down the road and in the mixer, as it were. George Clymer on the inside of Maria Roberto there. George Swire trying to fight his way through from the back once again. He's into the top 20 now. That's a gain of 5. And I think it's actually, your biggest mover at the moment. Shared that honour with Benedictas Masioka. Side by side, there's Josh Cook, the O-Plate winner from Wilton Mill earlier in the year, having a fight with the number 26 of Harry Radcliffe. That's over 8th place. But Mayer, once again, soaking up the pressure, but this could be anyone's race now. And again, it's out wide goes Eberhardt there. Has already got that plus 5 second penalty that's given him problems. Now he's going to find himself, I reckon, around 8th place on the road.
Yeah, that was the 21 Evolve Motorsport Kart of James Roots going through. Well, it might be starting to rain, but the moisture isn't dampening the Roots. The Roots is on fire here at the moment. Through the final corner, side by side, the 24 Dan Holland kart of Arthur Farrow, who started from pole position, now battling a little bit further back in the pack. Where is the 24? He's all the way down to 14th position. And Lucian Smith, who had a spin earlier on, he has just set a new fastest lap, and he is part of the Jax Motorsport team alongside the 37 of Sebastian Behrman, who currently runs 4th. We know that package is quick.
Top 23, just casually covered by 6 seconds at the moment. This is still anybody's race with over 10 minutes to go. The number 37 of Behrman down the inside of Pahal for third. That's a clean move. That's nicely done by Sebastian Behrman. Gets himself a little further up the order. Now we'll set about trying to chase down Austin Oman and Alfie Mayer, and a bit, now the number 11 under investigation. So that's our driver in second place, as George Swire sets the fastest lap of the race on a 56.72. Just an investigation at this moment. That is reason for a little bit of worry, perhaps, in the Sam Pollitt Racing camp.
It's not. And there's somebody else going over the grass. I have to say that it's not only the driver in second place, Austin Oman. As things stand, Austin Oman is our championship leader. Under investigation, so David Manchester in the steward's room, in the camera room, will be reviewing the footage. You can see in communication with the track, the marshals and the race directors out on circuit. Now, I'm just looking, walking into the ambulance there is Sebastian Crawford. After his incident, he's okay. Dad is outside. Sebastian just, walking in, obviously just a little bit shaken up maybe after his retirement, but otherwise okay. Let's have a look. George Climo has fallen back to 21st position. It's going to be a long drive back to Cornwall for George at this rate, so with not a lot to show for his efforts, because he's been very, very quick, but at the moment not going his way in the final. Mayer, Oman, Behrman, Pahal, Roots, Aberhart, Ratcliffe, Page, Cook and Jolly, your top 10.
And this is for Zip Factory team. They have not had a finals win so far in 2024, whether it be the 2 rounds of the championship so far, or the O-Plate. Alfie Mehr is doing the business for them right now, would elevate him up to second place in the championship. The rain, still a couple of spots out there, but it doesn't seem to be affecting the track surface in terms of pace out there. Is fight here for fourth place, Pahal and Roots, and Eberhardt, an interested party behind there in sixth place. Still so close, the top 20 covered by 5 seconds, and we've already had 7 minutes of this one, Henry.
Yes, indeed. We're not quite at halfway, and Dian Pahal there now being put to the sword by James Roots. Roots up into P4, and Pahal getting a little bit squirrely coming out of dogleg, and he's showing his displeasure to his teammate, and his teammate saying, well, okay, let's go. Now that's something that teammates have to learn. Oh, Pahal getting shuffled wide, and on the outside, out of the way was Harry Radcliffe in the Sam Pollitt 26. I couldn't quite see who the third member of that little crew was. The third member being the one that was up the inside. New leader! Not quite. Yes, quite. Austin Oman.
And Sebastian Behrman's right there as well in third place. Real shame for Harry Radcliffe to be out of this one. Had fought back after a bit of difficulty in qualifying, but will fall down and outside of the top 20. 7 minutes to go. Austin Oman is your race leader, and we're hearing that the rain is getting heavier out there. Now, if
lap times are dropping, lap times are dropping significantly now.
They are dropping indeed to the 57s and the 58s, but right now the drivers have still got enough grip out there. As Mehr back down the inside, bit of an assist from Behrman, takes the race lead. Mehr nearly runs wide out of centre number one. Behrman's now at the inside as Max Jolly is around and off the circuit. Is the rain? Yes, the rain is starting to get heavier. The spots on the commentary box window tell us that, and also our race leader Sebastian Behrman is down the inside. Here comes James Roots for third. Nearly gets it. Very close there with Alfie Mehr. In comes Eberhardt. In comes Joshua Cook. Joshua Cook coming through again as round goes Pahal. Dian Pahal spins. It's a repeat of the problems in a final that we saw at Lark Hall and PF International. The search for a top 5 result goes on for Pahal to the next round. 6 minutes to go. Cook and Page having a bit of a conversation there out of Brian's Benz. Cook is now up to 6th place, and I'm getting a bit of deja vu, Henry, that Joshua Cook, when he won that O-Plate at Wilton Mill, had one of those drives through the field. He kind of just appeared.
Yes.
He arrived at the most important time with 5 minutes and 45 seconds to go. Could he do it again here?
Well, I'm going to say the C word again, composure. That is what Joshua Cook is showing an awful lot of. He's got Charlie Page now looking to his inside. Page started this race like he had a rocket shoved up his backside, and then he fell back a bit, and now he's moving forward again.
This has got to be one of Charlie Page's best drives in his young career, his best results so far this season. He got into the top 10 at Lark Hall at the moment. He could be on for a top 5. 5 minutes to go, end of lap 10. Behrman is there in the lead, only 0.2 of a second ahead though, and Austin Oman is still applying the pressure. Should say as well the number 23, if we've not mentioned already, Dian Pahal is under investigation. I don't think that's going to be too much of a worry though, because Pahal unfortunately now down in P21. Another driver onto the investigation list, the number 14 of Max Jolly, who we saw off the road. So that's not concerning things at the front of the order. It's still Behrman ahead of Oman. Eberhardt in third. Alfie Mehr still there in fourth place. Down into Gasworks once again. Bit of a wider line being taken by Alfie Mehr there that gives him the required grip. The lap times are holding. They're in the mid-58s at the moment. Here's go Eberhardt down the inside of Oman for second place. Mehr's now going to be on the inside. Down the paddock, down the Conrod straights for Alfie Mehr. Can he take third place away from Austin Oman through turn 1? Yes, he can, but has he run wide? Is that an opportunity for James Roots to get down the inside into the dogleg? Mehr defends brilliantly around the outside. He's up to third.
And suddenly, we have a group of 16 drivers separated by less than 2 seconds. Now, Eberhardt takes the lead on the road, but he's got a 5-second penalty. How do the Jacks Motorsport team communicate that to Sebastian Behrman to say, it's okay, you don't have to fight, you're leading this race? That's not what you wanted to do, though. You didn't want to send it into him going through Gasworks, and he backs out. You're right, Andrew. Very smart move there. He did. He went in, and there was a bump between the two of them, and instead of taking the position, he eased back and said, look, I don't want to gain it. I know there was a C word there, but
he hasn't gained an advantage.
He hasn't gained an advantage. Smart driving. Really, the race for the win is between the 37 Jacks Motorsport kart and the number 15 kart of Alfie Mayer. Jacks Motorsport, I think, I seem to remember 2020, they sort of started out, Jack Marshall, and his team, and they've had their struggles. They got improved little bit by little bit. Could this be the day they step onto the main stage?
3 wide into the chicane, and I think it's both of the Pharaohs involved there, side by side. That's a bit of a quandary for the family. Behrman down the inside, takes the lead on the road. That one was good. Past Aberhart, and Mayer's got to be careful now to not allow Joshua Cook into 3rd place, and wisely just slots in behind Aberhart. There is James Roots as well, still in 5th place. How is Luke Millward getting on? Luke Millward's up to 7th place as Aberhart goes back down the inside, and Mayer goes through past Behrman. Mayer goes through. That is for the effective race lead. Joshua Cook is still there as well in 3rd place, which effectively becomes 2nd once the penalty is applied. Could Cook emerge as your championship leader heading to Kimbolton? 2 minutes to go, and it's still anybody's guess, you'd say, in the top 10. George Swire, he's at it again. We saw this at Lark Hall. He won Viratul's driver of the day for a drive through the field. He's up 15 spots and into the top 10 as Mayer's back down the inside. Retakes the lead on the road away from Aberhart. That doesn't change things in terms of the final result, because remember, Aberhart has the plus 5 second penalty. This is a good chance, though, for Mayer if he could break away from Joshua Cook. That's the closest threat right now at the end of lap 14. The gap is half a second.
And George Swire, he started this race so far back, he was in Newcastle, and he's climbing his way up the order. There's somebody else you want to mention, George Climo, who spun earlier on. We said it's going to be a long drive home with no rewards. He's back up into 9th position. 8th once Aberhart's penalty is applied. It is the Zip Factory team. David Bell-Chambers looking back in the paddock, coaching these drivers. Oh no, that's the 12 kart and the number 24. The 12 is Harris Barber for Thule Motorsports. The 24 are Poleman, and round the outside almost goes Mayer, trying to hold off Aberhart. Watch for Cook, watch for Behrman. 30 seconds to go. They'll cross the line. There'll be 2 laps remaining, and there's a group of 10 of them with Page at the back of it. Swire, Climo, Benedictus Masiokas, Luke Millward, championship leader by 2 points at the moment. Austin Oman, Roots, Cook, Behrman, Aberhart and Mayer. You couldn't pick a winner if you tried.
Aberhart has been disposed of as a yellow flag out at Senna 1, so no overtaking through the infield parts of the circuit. It's all down to Joshua Cook and Sebastian Behrman. Can they work together over the course of the next lap and a half? Really sad to see there Arthur Farrow quite disconsolate at the sidelines. It will not be a second final victory of the year for him, as Behrman down the inside of Cook for 2nd place. This is more good news if you're Alfie Mayer. The opportunities are ticking on by. Alfie Mayer for Zip Factory team has 1 lap to go to take a first ever win in the British Championships.
I've got to say, great work by there for the marshalling team to, number 1, get the driver to a safe position, then run back to the outside of the circuit to get the kart to a safe position. Mayer has got a big lead. Roots is up into 3rd. Oman is 4th. Behrman 2nd. We've got 3/4 of a lap to go. Alfie Mayer has done enough as things stand. Roots defending a podium for the Evolve Motorsport team. At the moment, Austin Oman would be your championship leader over Luke Millward by 2 points, but Oman is under pressure in the number 11 kart from Cook and from Millwood himself.
Into the horseshoe for the final time. Alfie Mayer has been knocking on the door throughout 2024. He is a winner in the Wera Tools British Kart Championships. He takes the MicroMax final here at Warden Law. It's a first victory of the season for Zip Factory team in MicroMax, and he wins it by a second with the coolest of drives that you will see here this weekend. Sebastian Behrman is on the podium for the first time in 2024, and James Roots fights through after a difficult weekend, will be third on the podium, and the championship scores will roll on to Kim Bolton with the top 4 covered by 7, with Austin Oman fourth in this final today at the head of the table, 4 points clear of Luke Millwood. A further 2 points back will be Mayer, and a further 1 point back will be Cook. And
I'm watching Jack Marshall walk across in front of the commentary box, obviously disappointed on him, but that was a performance. Jack's Motorsport, mark this down, they are going to be a force to be reckoned with as we look back at some of the many highlights of that MicroMax final.
That's definitely going to be a contender for Alpha Live race of the week. Austin Oman and Alfie Mayer had a good scrap through the horseshoe. So many. I'd love to see how many overtakes for the lead were
I've got the answer for you. Many.
Running through the rest of the order, should mention top 10s as well for George Climo and George Dwyer and Charlie Page. That was the sad moment at which we lost Ian Pahal. What does Ian Pahal have to do to get for a top 10, a top 15? It will hopefully come later on in the season. We are hearing some news which we'll get onto in a minute that could change things, so don't go anywhere. Anyone, this race isn't over. This was the move by Alfie Mayer down the inside of Maximilian Eberhardt to take the lead on the road. Cook had worked his way up the order as well, but drama.
Alfie Mayer, nose cone, 5-second penalty we are hearing from the pit lane. You are looking at potentially the newest winner in the British Kart Championship. His name is Sebastian Behrman. His team, Jack's Motorsport and the Project One Racing Group. I almost remember I forgot my Gerard Cox sun hat, but the spirit of Gerard is alive and well. Jack Marshall did a fantastic job picking up the pieces from the Project One team, and Nicole is about to speak to the newest winning member of the Behrman family.
Sebastian Behrman then. Sebastian, congratulations. How are you feeling about that win?
Amazing.
And who's helped you this weekend to get up to the front and take that first win?
My dad, my team, Jack, Dean, my friends, and my engine builder, James Taylor.
And how are you going to celebrate after this out, Sebastian?
No clue.
No clue? Ice cream?
Probably.
Congratulations, then. We'll let you celebrate with your mechanic.
Thank you.
What a fantastic race to see. Such fantastic result for Sebastian. Amazing.
Moving to MicroMax UK then, race number 22 for their final. Once again, top 3 and winning mechanic receiving trophies and medals for their efforts. Please welcome, first of all, in 3rd place in the classification for the final, driving for KR Sport, driver number 38, Luke Millward. In 2nd place on the podium again, driver number 11 for Sam Pollitt Racing, Austin Oman. And your winner, this driver's first win of the season, as well as the first win at this level for Jack's Motorsports. Please welcome driver number 37, your winner in MicroMax UK, Sebastian Behrman. And, of course, your winning mechanic today in MicroMax UK. Please welcome James Taylor. Ladies and gentlemen, your top 3 in MicroMax UK.